So the Ridings FM A to Z of the Wakefield District continues. Last week I was 900 feet above Yorkshire at the Emily Moore TV tower. This week, feet definitely on terra firma. We've moved on to the letter F. We're at RSPB Fairburn Ings. And with me today is Kate, who is a member of staff here at RSPB. Good morning, Kate. Nice to see you.
Good morning. Welcome to Fairburn Ings.
Great to be here. The sun's out. It's a beautiful day, and definitely one of those places that you've got to love to work here when the sun's out.
Oh, I love working here all year round. Whether the sun's shining or not, it's still really lovely to be here.
But in particular when the sun's out.
It's really nice.
So tell us a little bit about RSPB Fairburn Ings. I've lived in Wakefield all my life. I've visited quite a few times, but there may be some people who've never been before. Shame on them. So tell us a little bit about what goes on here.
Lovely. Well, we are a nature reserve, really close to Castleford. We are giving nature a home on site, and you can come down and see that nature. So we've got walks across multiple habitats. So we've got woodland, wetland, meadow, all there to explore. We've also got loads of family activities as well. So come up to the visitor centre, find out what we've got on, and we're going to go and do some of those activities today as well.
Right, what we're going to do then, Kate?
We're going to do a bit of pond dipping, some bug hunting, and maybe build a den as well.
Sounds good to me. Let's go. I remember many years ago when I was a little kiddie, about 9-10 years old, I came to Fairburn Ings on a school trip, and I was at Crofton School, not a million miles away, but on the coach it seemed like we'd gone miles and miles and miles to be at Fairburn Ings. And I remember we did pond dipping. I was only 10, many years ago, so I've kind of forgotten what we did. I remember laying down and being told off for having my bum in the air. I remember saying, put your bum down, put your bum down. So I will be putting my bum nice and low today. So Kate and Rachel, we're going to have a go at pond dipping. So what is pond dipping in a nutshell?
Okay, so pond dipping is an activity that anyone can have a go at. All you need to do is come up to the visitor centre at Fairburn Ings, kit yourself out with the kit. It's £2 to hire a kit, which is a net, a bowl and an ID card, so you can work out what you found.
Let's get cracking then with our pond dipping. So I've got to get nice and low.
Yeah, so make sure you don't fall in.
Yeah, and put my bum down as I got told off when I was a kid.
Yeah, so kneeling down or laying down is the best way to do it.
Lay down.
So we'll get some water into our bucket. So a little bit in the bottom so that we can put our creatures straight in there and they don't die.
Right, particularly on a hot day like today, yeah.
Definitely. Right. And then what we do is we want to scoop our net through the water and see what we get out.
Okay.
Now then, just scoops it and then it gets straight in the water so that we can survive.
Right.
Now then.
Oh,
there it is.
Ah.
So I've spotted a whopper there.
It is.
Wow. So we've got a ram's horn snail. We can use our ID card to work out what types of creatures there are. Now then, we've got snail on there. This one's a certain type. I'm going to fish it out just now. So this one's a ram's horn snail, and it's nice and flat in a sort of spiral shape. Put it back in. Might start to emerge out of its shell and we can see its body as well.
We've had a go at the pond dipping. I was quite surprised how quickly we found something. Does it normally take a while?
That's quite normal. You can be doing it for at least sort of half an hour, 40 minutes, sometimes up to an hour and a half, and finding lots of different things.
So we did well in 5 minutes to find what we found. So we moved on. I'm intrigued by this little backpack. It's called a bag of fun. Yep. Tell us, Kate, what's all this about then?
So this is our Wildlife Explorer backpack. You can hire these from the visitor centre. They're free to RSPB members or £3 per bag otherwise. And they're packed full of kit to do lots of different activities out on the reserve.
Right.
So we're going to have a go at bug hunting at the moment. There's also stethoscopes to listen to the trees.
I noticed these. I never thought I'd be using one of these at Fairburn Ings.
Definitely.
So we're going to listen to some trees in a little while.
We can listen to some trees. They gurgle in the summers. They suck up all the water from the ground.
Right, let's have a go at some bug hunting first of all then. Right then, so we're going to have a go at bug finding. So we've got a magnifying glass. What's this again, sorry Kate?
So that's our bug pot.
Bug pot.
So if we found any large bugs, we can plop them in there and have a really close look at them.
Right, okay, and we've got a little cloth there, so let's put these down.
Now I found something quite exciting actually. So we might not get this one in the pot because I don't want to disturb it too much, but can you see here, there's some gungy spit on this bit of plant.
I used to call it cuckoo spit.
Yeah, it's called cuckoo spit because it comes out at the same time as the cuckoos arrive.
Right.
So we've got cuckoos here and you can hear them cuckooing a lot. And this is some of the cuckoo spit. And I'm going to be really, really gentle. Found the creature. I'm going to use my paintbrush to be really, really careful with it. Now this is the larvae of a frog hopper.
Ah.
And they make all of the spit to protect themselves and cover themselves up so they don't get eaten.
All right.
And if you want to have a look with your magnifying glass at that one.
Oh wow, I've got some of that in my garden actually. Cuckoo spit on my honeysuckle plant. Yeah, so there you go. I have to look carefully, I might have one of these in the garden.
You might well do.
Wow.
So they create all of the spit to cover themselves up.
Yeah.
Protect from predators. So what I'm going to do is when we've finished looking, I'm going to put it back in the same spot and it can cover itself in spit again.
Always important, isn't it, when you are doing these kind of things, always put things back where you found them.
Definitely.
Never take them home.
No, definitely not. Then they can carry on living and finding all the food and shelter that they need.
That's fantastic. So I've got my stethoscope back on. We're here. This is a living willow screen, is that right?
It is,
right.
yeah.
So this one, apparently, I'll be able to hear some slurping. So right at the bottom.
You do have to listen really carefully.
Yeah, you can hear it. Ever so slightly, like a...
Yeah, really,
really quiet.
Really listen closely.
So that's the sap rising from the roots up into the...
Yeah.
Well, I never knew that. I'm going to be listening to all trees now when I'm walking around. You do need a stethoscope. You can't just put your ear up against it and hear.
Definitely not, no. And it can be quite difficult with the stethoscope as well, so really listen carefully.
Listen carefully, that's fantastic. What next then, Kate? What you got planned for us next?
Should we go make some dens?
I've not built a den for 20 years. Let's go and build a den, shall we?
Brilliant.
So this is the den building area. We've nearly done our den, haven't we? We have. We built this one. So we're just going to put a few finishing touches. So this den building area, there we go. So basically, children come along and just gather some sticks and have a go at building some dens.
Definitely. So there's lots of sticks available to build your own den. Families can do it together. It's a really nice memory to be made as a family. Build your den together, make yourselves a home. Absolutely fun.
One thing to remember, and we've just been talking about this, Kate, haven't we? If it's on a tree, leave it be. In other words, don't be pulling these down. Use the ones that are on the floor.
Definitely, definitely. There's plenty to build your dens with. Little dens, big dens, there's enough stuff to go around.
Well, it's been great to be here today. That's F ticked off our list on the A to Z.
Lovely, you're very much welcome.
So we're here in June, middle of summer. Lots coming up over the summer. Of course, summer holidays. What's coming up then, Kate, here at Fairburn Ings?
So our biggest event of the year is coming up on the 30th and 31st of July. We've got 24 hours of immersing yourself in nature on our big wild sleep out.
Right, so you camp out here.
You actually camp out on the reserve, get to see nocturnal wildlife as well as daytime wildlife and learn how to go wild at Fairburn Ings.
You won't sleep much, of course, with the sound of the wildlife and the dawn chorus, but...
Definitely. Well, people got woken up last year with geese going over their tents and then opened the tent to a deer, so really lovely wildlife.
And if anybody wants to take part, what do they need to do? Just contact you here at RSPB Fairburn Ings?
Yep, so you can go on our website, which is www.rspb.org.uk/Fairburn Ings. All of our event information's on there. You can give us a ring at the visitor centre, and it's 01977 628 191, and we'll tell you all about it.
Excellent, thank you very much. So that's F. Next week, it's... what's after F? G.